Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know the deal on this channel. It's all about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting history, guys, and holding the standard, man. And in this video, we're going to talk about how ESPN is once again giving LeBron James a way out, giving him an excuse. They're already starting it, guys. We're already 8 games into the season, and ESPN, Brian Windhorst is on ESPN talking about the Lakers are the same team from last year. They're not good defensively, and more excuses. They need more help. They need to get somebody else. This is what Brian McNamara is talking about on ESPN. We're 8 games into the season, and already they're starting the Lakers aren't good enough. The Lakers aren't good on defense. The Lakers are the same team from last year. Once again, here we go. It's the same old song every year, guys. We're going to talk about in this video, man, some of the things that Brian Windhorst was saying. And once again, they're not holding LeBron James to any standard. They will not hold this man accountable. Same team from last year. They're terrible defensively. I wonder why. We're going to talk about this video, guys. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states has been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, I am truly, truly humbled by all support, man. It really means a lot, guys, for real, man. Shout out to everybody in the membership. Thank you very much, guys. Like I said, man, real recognize real. Like I said, we must continue to stand up. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, they're already starting this LeBron James needs more help, narrative type stuff. The Lakers aren't good enough. They're the same team from last year. All this stuff. And once again, this is what we're talking about when I talk about LeBron James teams and the inconsistency of the teams and what happens during the regular season, guys. They have these ups and downs because they're inconsistent. So you have these peaks and valleys. And all of a sudden, the team is in disarray. And then all of a sudden, we hear the same things. LeBron James needs more help. The Lakers got to make a move. The Cleveland Cavaliers got to make a move. The Miami Heat got to do this. Whatever team he's on, they always need to do something. They're never good enough the way that they are. So we heard it was Darvin Ham's fault. Right? I thought it was Darvin Ham's fault, the reason why the Lakers couldn't win last year. So they fired him, right? They got rid of him. Excuse me, guys. Right, that was supposed to be the answer. You got rid of Darvin Ham now. You bring in J.J. Redick, right? LeBron James' boy. He's a genius. This guy's a savant when it comes to basketball. He knows X's and O's, right? He studies the game. He's a basketball junkie. It's all stuff I keep hearing about J.J. Redick coming into this season. And then when the Lakers are 3-0, we kept hearing that J.J. Redick is a genius. He's the greatest coach in the NBA. One of the greatest coaches of all time already, 3 games into his career. But now, Brian Windhorst is saying on ESPN that the Lakers are the same team from last year. They had the same problems from last year. What were the problems from last year? LeBron James needed more help. They don't play defense, right? That's a problem this season. What did I tell you guys, man? The Lakers are one of the worst defensive teams, and they're one of the worst rebounding teams. Rebounds and defense go hand in hand. This is part of the reason why Dennis Rodman was so formidable. Because not only was he a great defender, but he also rebounded the hell out of the ball. So those go hand in hand. Just because you're a great defensive player doesn't necessarily mean you're a great rebounder, right? So, like I said, for Dennis Rodman, the rebounding and the defense went hand in hand, which made him even more formidable than just a great defensive player. But when we think about the Lakers, and I've told you guys this season, they're one of the worst rebounding teams this year. And why is that? Brian McNamara won't mention it. Brian Windhorst won't mention it. Dave McNamara, they won't mention it in their articles. They'll just say that the Lakers are not good enough. They're the same team from last year. Yeah, no duh. Because the coach was supposed to be the problem, not the players. Remember, going into last season, I told you guys, I reported on this. I did a video. All the reports were saying, Brian Windhorst, Dave McNamara, all the articles were saying the Lakers roster was revamped going into last year. Right? The additions that they made, bringing in certain guys. Right? That they were revamped and ready to go. So having Hachimura and guys like Austin Reeves and having guys like Jackson Hayes and D'Angelo Russell. right? And having a Cam Reddish and having Gabe Vincent, right? Some of these guys, these were the guys that they were talking about last year that made the Lakers roster revamped and retooled, and they were ready to go. That's what all the reports said last year. LeBron James was in the gym early in the mornings, working out, right? Coming in the best shape. Remember, they said last year he was in the best shape that he's been in years. The best shape he's been in years. Last year, they said that coming into the season. So what did I tell you? They were hyping up LeBron James. Oh, he looks like he's 22 again. He looks young again. But the man didn't play no defense last year. Literally no impact on the defensive end last year. And now this year, you have Brian Windhorst actually have the nerve to say that the Lakers are still the same team from last year and that they're not good defensively. Yeah, no duh. But why are they not good defensively, Brian Windhorst? And you never mention this stuff. They're not good defensively because of LeBron James. Remember, he's the leader. He's the one. He has to be the guy that galvanized the team, to get them all on the same page, to have them focused and prepared. It's up to the leader and the head coach. So the new head coach that they just brought in, that everyone was pumping up, is not having them prepared. They're not being great on defense because J.J. Redick never played defense himself. What the hell is J.J. Redick going to teach these guys about playing defense, about giving the effort, about giving the intensity on the defensive end? When your coach never played defense. J.J. Redick ain't playing no defense, man. He was out there to shoot the ball, man. He was a specialist. LeBron James, does he play defense? The other leader of your team, is he known as a defensive player? No, hell no. LeBron James ain't played defense in years. Years. I'm talking about consistent defense, man. Don't talk to me about some chase down block every once in a while, or LeBron James decides to play defense every once in a while. Anyone could, decide to play defense from time to time. That's part of the problem for LeBron James and the Lakers. He's not consistent on defense. So once again, you're only as strong as your weakest link on the defensive end. I've told you guys, it must be a team cohesion on defense. If LeBron James ain't getting back and they're playing 4-on-5, then whose fault is that? Remember, I reported earlier this season, before the season started, that last year, the Lakers were one of the worst teams in transition defense. But Brian Windhorst won't mention why, will he? Why do you think the Lakers are one of the worst transition teams, guys, on the defensive end? If I just threw that out there, hey, why do you guys think the Lakers were one of the worst transition defensive teams last year? What would your first thought be? What would it be? A first thought would be LeBron James ain't getting back. Because we've seen all this video of LeBron James not getting back. Standing around, lollygagging, arguing with the referees, or he's carrying on because some phantom foul call that he thought he should have got, so he's rubbing his head for 5 minutes, he's holding his arm for a couple of minutes, not playing any defense. That's a huge reason why your team is one of the worst transition defensive teams last season. Your leader don't get back. So why the hell would Austin Reeves get back, or D'Angelo Russell get back, or this guy or that guy? Why would they get back if LeBron James, your leader's not getting back? Right? Does it make any sense to you? Don't make any sense to me. But Brian Windhorst, ESPN, they won't talk about LeBron James ain't playing no defense like that. He ain't hustling on the defensive end. So that's why the Lakers are one of the worst defensive teams. Brian Windhorst and ESPN, they're going to start this narrative. The Lakers aren't good enough. The Lakers are not good enough. You have LeBron James, who's still a top 10 player, according to ESPN. You have Anthony Davis, who we all know is the best two-way player in the league right now, off the strength of his all-NBA, all-defensive selection just last season. So you have two of the best players in the league, according to ESPN. You have LeBron James, who's one of the top players still. But the Lakers roster around those guys is not good enough because it's the same roster from last year. They had the same problems from last season. So if they had the same problems from last year, then why would LeBron James continue to not play defense? Why would you guys not hold him accountable then? And say, hey, LeBron James, we need you to give more effort on D. You got to get back on D, man. Play less minutes, right, to give more effort. That's what I've been telling you guys. Play 25 minutes, not 35, you goof. But he won't sacrifice his numbers to give more effort on the defensive end because he ain't going to get nothing for defense, right? Defense is not sexy these days, right? He's not going to get the stats, the love from going out there and giving that effort on the defensive end. The defensive effort takes grit and heart. LeBron James ain't got none of that. So why would he give effort on D? Why would he sacrifice his shots, his assists, his rebounds, his inflated rebounds to give more effort on the defensive end to actually help the team win? Because LeBron James not concerned about wins and losses. He don't give a damn about winning and losing. And it's evident when you're not giving the effort on the court. And then you don't hold yourself accountable. You ain't holding your teammates accountable by making them practice hard. Or, like I said, leading by example. You won't do that. Brian Windhorst won't mention that. Dave McNamara, none of these guys will mention this stuff. They'll just say, oh, the Lakers are the same team from last year. They're not good enough on the defensive end. They're not good enough because of LeBron James. Why is he not taking responsibility as a leader to lead this team, to push them in practice, to give the effort himself? He won't do that. He's going to go out there and get carried by Anthony Davis on both sides of the ball. He's going to let Anthony Davis anchor the team and let Anthony Davis carry him. But ESPN wants you to believe he's better than Anthony Davis. And Brian Windhorst wants you to know that the Lakers aren't good enough on the defensive end because they're the same people from last year. But I thought they were contenders last year. All I saw was everyone pumping up the Lakers last year. All ESPN does is cover the Lakers. Remember, they were the in-season tournament champs. And that's why they look stupid. They were celebrating the in-season tournament. They were pumping up the Lakers in the in-season tournament. And then as the season played out, the Lakers folded up. And then what happened? Oh, LeBron James needs help. They got to trade this guy. They got to trade this guy. They got to get rid of the coach. So they did that. They got rid of the coach. Still not enough, though. They need to do more. And when Brian Windhorst, I get these guys confused. They're both goofs, man. When Brian Windhorst was talking about the Lakers aren't good enough because they're the same roster from last year, once again, you're not holding LeBron James to any standard, so LeBron James don't have to make the players around him better. It's so funny. LeBron James is the only guy that they'll say makes the players around him better, but at the same time, they're always saying that his team is not good enough. It literally spits in the face of that comment. How are you going to say LeBron James makes the players around him better? And on the flip side, every single year, literally every season, we hear LeBron James needs more help. The roster's not good enough. This guy this, that guy that. If LeBron James truly made people around him better, made them greater, really helped them on the court, then he wouldn't always need more help. He wouldn't always need a trade, a free agent signing. You wouldn't hear Brian Windhorst coming on ESPN yesterday talking about the Lakers aren't good enough because it's the same roster from last year. Going into last year, the roster was revamped and retooled. The Lakers were ready to go. LeBron James was looking great. Darvin Ham was ready. The Lakers win the in-season tournament. And then what happens? What happens? They don't get carried by the referees and the free throws? They're not playing against those weak teams in the in-season tournament all the time? That weak pool play that they got put in? Right? All of a sudden, as the season progresses, you have to start winning some road games. You guys start being consistent. And that's what happens for LeBron James teams. They are inconsistent. And that's why they falter as the season progresses. And when we talk about Brian Windhorst talking about the Lakers aren't great defensively and they need to get more people, I guess. Apparently they need more people now. They got to get somebody else to play defense because LeBron James ain't going to play defense. You have one of the best defenders in the league, if not the best defender in the league in Anthony Davis, but that's not good enough for LeBron James and the rest of the Lakers around him because LeBron James is giving zero effort. So it negates Anthony Davis' effort. But Brian Windhorst won't talk about the lack of rebounds for LeBron James this season. LeBron James, I believe, has 2 offensive rebounds on the season, guys. 2 offensive rebounds. I've told you, he's averaging less offensive rebounds this season so far than Trae Young. Little, skinny, small, frail Trae Young is averaging more offensive rebounds, has more total than LeBron James this season. How is that possible? Once again, a lack of effort on the defensive boards. I told you, rebounding and defense go hand in hand. So not only does LeBron James stand around on defense, consistently stand around, walk, not give the effort, no help defense. Not only does he do that, but on top of it, though, right, LeBron James don't rebound. He don't rebound. He gives zero effort on the rebounds. So you have 2 offensive rebounds, even though you're 6'9", 260 pounds, you're often the biggest player on the court. You grab no rebounds. Has Austin Reeves have more offensive rebounds than you? Austin Reeves? Hachimura? D'Angelo Russell? These guys have more offensive rebounds than LeBron James this year. But LeBron James will go out there and flex on people. They'll tell us before the season that LeBron James is one of the best players still in the NBA. Kenny the Jet Smith had this guy ranked 2. The second best player in the league? What? Out there, stat pad, not playing any defense. Won't hold this guy to a standard, though. But here we go again, guys. The same old story. The Lakers aren't good enough. They're not good enough defensively. And they won't blame it on LeBron James. They won't blame it on J.J. Redick. Two guys who never played defense, don't know the first thing about giving effort, don't have no heart or grit. And then they wonder why the Lakers are not one of the better defensive teams. They wonder why the Lakers are one of the worst rebounding teams. LeBron James don't rebound. He's supposed to be your big man, your quote-unquote forward, and he don't rebound. He ain't helping Anthony Davis on the boards. He stands around for those flat-footed rebounds. That triple-double LeBron James had, he had 14 rebounds. 0 offensive, guys. How do you have 14 rebounds and none are offensive? I mean, it takes more effort to do that. I mean, my goodness. What are you doing out there? Lollygagging. Remember, he's a lollygagger. So you guys know the deal, man. We will not allow them to do it this season. We're not gonna listen to he needs more help. The Lakers aren't good enough. They gotta make a trade. They gotta get a free agent signing. No, what they need to do is have LeBron James give more effort consistently on the defensive end. Give more effort consistently on the rebounds. Help Anthony Davis for a change. Stop crying about he needs more help. He needs to be the help. All right, Brian Windhorst, you stupid clown. How these guys are getting paid all this money to talk basketball when they don't know basketball and they have no integrity. They don't care about the game. You think Brian Windhorst really cares about the game of basketball? He don't give a damn. Look at that dude. He's never even played basketball. He's never played a competitive sport a day in his life. Maybe competitive eating. That's about it. You think that dude could walk up a flight of stairs without being out of breath? You think he could bend over and tie his shoes? He never watched basketball in the 80s and the 90s, but he's got a lot of opinions. They pay him to speak basketball. He's not giving you any kind of he's not analyzing the game. He's not giving you anything analytical. When you hear him speak, it's all emotions and his feelings about LeBron James. You're already talking about the Lakers aren't good enough defensively because they're the same team from last year. But meanwhile, like I said, they kept telling us it was all Darvin Ham's fault. And that J.J. Redick's a genius. So why can't he get these guys to play defense? Because LeBron James don't play D. But Brian Windhorst won't mention LeBron James once in that entire video, the entire clip. He won't mention LeBron James, and now he's not playing D. He's not getting back. He's not rebounding. Won't mention these things. But we will. We're going to hold the standard. We're going to set the record straight. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.